All right, hey guys, what's going on? This is HobFoote, and we're back. This is our Final Fantasy XII Zodiac Age, the remaster, not the remake, the remaster for the PlayStation 4 of the original PS2 game. This is our stream playthrough of it. Welcome. And I don't know if this will be our last episode, but for this title, but it might be. Yeah, I was kind of just going along with this until the next title I wanted to play was the right spot. We're planning on doing some Horizon Zero Dawn as a stream, but like I want to do my ultra hard playthrough, and I hadn't finished my very hard playthrough yet, so finished that up pretty much, and yeah, so now we have to beat this game, which means I don't have to worry about the hunts and stuff I was just doing just to kill some time. But that is we're in the middle. Say we got this blue save point right here, which means I can't teleport away to where I need to go. So we are going to do the hunt that I'm here for, which is for I keep hitting the wrong. Here we go. Which is for where does it go? Is it up here? Right here. For the Catoblipas. Catoblipas. Yeah. Whatever that is. We finally got to about where we were going last game. And now we're there. And yeah. So we're gonna keep on our way. We have to go back here. There's a secret passageway somewhere, I think. Not there. Not there. Here we go. Secret passageway to the island back here. And we're gonna fight the boss, and then we're gonna go and try and finish the game. And we've got a few like boss fighty things to do. We might finish this game, or this session. I don't even call it the game this session, but we might not. Depends on. Whoa, hey there. We're Chief Supinello. We have arrived. The Catabless, yes, is here. I would defeat it, whatever the cost. See that we do not fail. Okay, cool. So he's joined our party temporarily, but that means I gotta figure out how we're supposed to fight this guy. So we're going to pull out our handy-dandy guidebook. It's the last time I'm gonna get to say that phrase for a while. I've actually got like the collector's edition guidebook thing for Horizon Zero Dawn, but there's not really much I'm gonna have to pull that out for. I suppose if we really wanted to, I could like try and track down all the data points, you know, like the text or audio data points that you can find just laid and sprinkled around the world. I could probably track all those down. I haven't found every single one of those yet in any of my games. I've not gone to do that. But they're all listed in that guidebook, so I could do that. But anyway, yeah, not to wait. Okay. Let us get our thing here. Let's see. Okay, so our reward is going to be 3,200 gil, a volcano, and an Arctic wind. It's level 46. At least it should maybe be according to this guidebook for the PlayStation 2. And what we've got here is, yeah, basically where to go. And then this is a very powerful mark. Cast a spell on it at the start of the fight to remove Reflect, Bravery, Shell, and Protect. Okay, it seems pretty standard. The mark will recast these spells, so stay alert and dispel them as necessary. Okay, pretty standard. Slow and blind the boss immediately. Okay. Then attack it normally. Supinello will attempt to assist in this battle, but it may be difficult to keep him safe, given Catapultopus's powerful attacks. Bombard him with physical attacks and magic until it fails. Okay, that seems pretty straightforward, actually. They're saying it's difficult, but it doesn't seem that difficult. Oh, there we go. So I need to figure out who's got what. He's got slow. They both have slow. Who's got Blind. Somebody's got blind. Probably not her. Okay, maybe what's-her-face has blind. Alright, so we won't have blind for him. Maybe we've got a... Well, technic won't do it. Maybe we've got a... Nope. Maybe we've got an item that does blind? I don't know. Damage... Damage. Well, it heals, but... Yeah, okay, before we go and fight the final boss, I need to find, like, a place... I probably can't buy it, unfortunately. But I need to get haste G. Like, actual haste G. Okay, well, we don't have blind on any of these characters, so whatever, it'll have to be fine. Oh, hey. Oh, poop. I jumped. Oops. No, he doesn't have Libra. Who's got Libra? Oh, it's been too long since I've played. Suit of chainmail. There he is. Let's all get float. Yeah, let's get float and then haste, I suppose. It's float time. Oh, okay. Okay, let's do this. And hopefully, he's not all that difficult to fight. Famous last words.
Not your best.
Oh, crap. Okay, that's bad. That's real bad. Okay. Some frost damage there. It's pretty good. Oh, that ain't good. Nah, she'll probably auto heal him. Yeah, there we go. Oh, oh, we dispelled him too quick. Darn it. 4,000 damages. I should probably cast like a slow. See if that works. That'd be nice. Alright, well this isn't going too terribly. There might be hope for us to actually beat our final boss after all. Famous last words. Jinx myself. Whale. Uh-oh. Let's get out of the way. Okay, with that. Oops. No, Pinello. Darn it. I'm not keeping up with my magics. Yay, we did it. Alright, so starting our first fight in like a month off with the boss fight. That could have done worse. At last it is done. Long have I dreamt this day would come. A reward for your efforts is due, but this is no place for that. I will return to the village now. Seek me there. Go now with my gratitude. Like how nobody wants to travel with us. Do we smell? Is that what it is? That's probably what it is. A slasher. We got some chainmail. We got a slasher. What is this stuff? Oops. Oh, okay. We got a slasher. There we go. Chainmail. Oh, okay. Not very good. I was hoping that was some, like, boss armor. And we're not. Eh. Age-old time spell. Float. It's kind of nice not to hear the tunk 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 of everybody like running. But it is a little creepy. It's quiet. Too quiet. Alright. Well, we're going to save our game. We're going to get out of here. And doing that, we're just going to straight up run. Because I am over this game. I feel like that's always how I get, like, at the end of the game. It's always like, okay, I'm almost done with this game. And I'm like, I don't know if it's like that anticipation of, like, being done with the game. Or, like, what the deal is. But it's always like... Where's the... There we go. It's always like, ugh, I'm so over this. You know? Where is our map? I want our map. I don't think I went the right way. Nope. Definitely not. Well, while I'm here. I'm gonna go down and around. Let's just run. Oh, all the undead. There's always like a million undead. Where there's one undead, there's a million more. That's what I always say. That's a big guy. Oh, I gotta get out of here. Let me out, let me out. Whoop. Oh god, I'm so like turned around and confused. Ugh. No. I knew she was gonna do that. If there's a save point, there's a boss battle. That is right, Hirako. That is definitely right. Alright. How do we... Oh, now my map pops up. Does it not work underground? Aw, what the hell? Alright, let's get out of here. I'm done with this. I feel like we're not wasting that much time on, like, finishing this last hunt, but I don't know how long this end of the game is going to last us. We got, like, according to the handy-dandy guidebook, we've got a few boss battles to get through and a little bit of an area, so depending on how thick and heavy the enemy arrangement is, that could be quite the challenge for us, or maybe it'll only be an hour. I don't know. It'll most likely be like 3.5 hours, so it'll be like, ugh. Next stream will be like just a little bit more, and that's it. Which one's... Yeah, here we go. I thank you for fighting by my side. Were you not there, I would not have been able to fight my sworn enemy with such confidence. Allow me to tell you a tale. I was still but a warrior of the village. My brother, Kadalu, was war chief in those days. He was a great warrior, commanding the respect of all. Yet, secretly, I believed I was his better in battle. Thinking to show the strength of my sword arm to the entire village, I ventured into Zerdanin caverns alone to slay the dreaded Catablubus. Yet, I was unable to withstand its attacks. It was my brother who saved me that day, though he bore grave injury in the fight. His leg beyond healing, my brother threw down his sword that day. He had to. The one to receive the title of war chief in his place was I. It was a punishment, you see, or so I thought at the time. I threw my spirits into bettering myself as a warrior. Daily I swung my sword in preparation for the day when I would defeat the Catablubus. Only then, I thought, would I be forgiven. Yet, now I know I was mistaken. I believed I was fighting for my brother, for his honor. Yet all along I fought only for myself. It was only as I challenged the beast today, with you at my side, that I realized these things. I thank you again. Alright, yeah, give us our rewards. Our eternal rewards. Okay. Now, we have to actually do the boss battle bits. So let's save. And we have to board the straw. So let's go to Rabanastra. Actually, let's go to I guess we'll check Balthier. Let's try there first. And see if we can find a Hastiga that we can just buy at some place. Kind of expecting we will not be able to, but you never know. I have suspicions that I bought stuff that we're supposed to find along the way, and then just like, here's some gil, I guess. I don't know. And as much as I would have liked to have found Hastiga, whatever. Yeah, I don't think we didn't, that's for sure, and I don't think it was up to us to find. TBQH. What is this? Is this? Yeah, Magicry. Magics, get your flaming up magics. Yep, nope, that's not any help to us. see, do I have anything to sell? I'm pretty sure I've been, like, keeping up with this, but... I don't know where I got all those dark crystals from. I doubt this is going to do it, but I'm hoping that magically I'm going to sell some stuff and the haste spell is going to pop up in the bazaar. I know that's not going to work, but like literally I've got no idea how to get the... I looked it up in the PlayStation 2 handy dandy guidebook, and you have to like... I'm trying to remember if it said, "Oh, just buy it here," and it was like, "No, you definitely can't buy it there," because I already bought stuff from there. Maybe I wasn't. I'll look it up again. Oops, no, I don't want to sell any of those. It was something like that. Oh yeah, we don't want to sell that either. It was something like that, or wow, that was a lot of money for some tails. Frog oil. Great amphibians exude this oil from their warty skin. Widely used as an ingredient in salves and ointments. Alright. Foul flesh. Grimoire Aid Head, a musty tome containing the words of a long-forgotten incantation in a language long dead. The diagrams suggest a magic capable of ending life. Interesting. Don't remember getting that one before. Blood-stained necklaces. I don't remember having these before. Necklace stained black with spattered blood. The dull light it exudes suggests it was once a piece of surpassing beauty. And this is what we just got. Some Arctic Wind. A slender cylinder with hollow ends made of raging Arctic winds. Gives off a constant chilling aura of magical potency. We only got one, and it was a special quest reward thing for doing a hunt. So I imagine this is special in some way, shape, or form. So we're not going to sell it. We'll want to keep it for in case we need to use it for a side quest someday. No bizarre items. Okay, well, let's check out our handy-dandy guidebook and see where it says that we should be trying to buy this or find this magic. It was like, oh, go to this place specifically, and it's like, nah, I know it's not there. Or it was something like, or find it in this map on this chest on the third try 50% of the time. You know, like things like that, and I was like, well, that ain't happening. Yeah, like this place right here is supposed to have like a whole bunch of magics that it definitely doesn't have. Let's see, what about... Oh, all the symbols are... Okay, I thought... Wait, no, it is color-coded. Okay. Never mind, I'm just a little dumb. Yeah, I'm definitely not seeing it here. Seems almost too valuable to be sold anywhere. If I had to imagine. Yeah, I don't see Hastka anywhere. Yep. Yeah, no haste. No Hastka sold anywhere. Let's flip through some of this stuff. Nope, definitely not being very helpful. Definitely not being very helpful. Not as much of a handy-dandy guidebook as I would hope. Oh, wait a minute. Here. Time magics? Probably time magics. Yeah, you're supposed to find it in the Dalmeska Ester Sand, I guess is what it's saying. Maybe I have to buy... I mean, there's a merchant out there I have to buy it from? Although I don't know that there's any magic sellers in the Ester Sand. So that don't make no sense. Let's take a look here. Yeah, we got a thing. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, none of those look like... I mean, I suppose I'm just supposed to find it. Man, I don't know. There's no magic sellers or anything. And I've shot from every... Okay, this is dumb. Whatever. We're just going to try and beat the final boss without it. Where is... This way. It'll be difficult, but we've been pretty much getting by anyway, as it is. Now, we have to fly out to their Bahamut ship. And, yeah, we'll take straw to get aboard Bahamut. Let's get a little refresher. What all's going on? Let's flip back to our thing here. We were at the Pharos. We got all the way to the top of... I thought it was a lighthouse. Maybe it wasn't a lighthouse. Whatever, the Pharos thing. The tower. And then we had to fight a summon guy. And then Gabranth was there. And he was really easy. We fought him. But he kind of disappeared because then Sid showed up. And we fought him. And his Acurian sidekick parasite thing. We fought them. And then, like, they blew the top off of the thing. And we flew away. And I think they, like, summoned something. He summoned something, maybe. Maybe he summoned Bahamut. I don't know. Although it's an airship, so I don't know. So, yeah. We need to go to the Bahamut. And then we got, like, an area with some people to fight. Oh, man. We're gonna have to, like, do this in... This might be a few hours. I hope not, but... There's, like, one area with some fights, and I don't see no, save points anywhere, so... Oh, goody. Oh, this ain't too long. Maybe this will be easier than some of these side quests. Straw, was it? Let's get on board. Let's fly ourselves on over. I'm finally psyched to beat this game after, Jeez, when did this come out? Like 15 years ago, give or take some. Once you leave for Bahamut, you will not be able to return. Continue? Why, yes. and drink some tea.
This wind, what could it be?
A tornado? Tornado? It's headed straight for us.
Okay, that looks dope.
We gotta get out of here this way!
Are they teamed up now? What's up with that?
Make your target the Resistance heavy cruiser.
Our dear Cid, slain by his son. A common tale of late.
Firing solution complete. Sighting is good.
Release valves open. The nether sites are critical.
Auxiliary show clear.
Put an end to this. They have already surrendered.
Let us make of this an offering. One he might see even now. Vina, what say you?
Now he's got Vina.
The main battery stands ready.
I beg you.
Fire.
Well, this is bad.
Why this?
Once they see that there can be no surrender, the Resistance must needs come at us with all they have. We will answer their attack head-on and destroy them, before the eyes of all Rabanastre.
If you do this, the people will only grow to hate you the more.
And should I pardon them, they will only rise up yet again.
I do not believe they would. In cooperation lies our hope. You are mistaken. You are wrong, brother.
And if I am? You had best find the strength you need to correct me then.
Okay, that's
Ships sighted
badass.
ahead. A score or more. The Resistance fleet, my lord.
Hear this.
Today we write the first page of a new history. Our history. Each of you must play his part. Put down this rebellion. For Arcadia, we fight!
For Arcadia!
May fortune favor us all.
Oh, he is alive. I thought he was dead.
All ships clear.
Give word to the cannons. Make ready and fire.
We have a clean line.
Prepare the second volley. Be quick. By the gods.
Bye bye, Marquise. Marquise? Whatever.
Carrier Gallepal, she's lost. Unknown ship from abaft.
Abaft?
Could it be?
Not heard the term abaft before.
Uncle, it is I. I'm crossing to the Bahamut to stop Vane.
What are you saying? You are too rash. Your duties come after the battle is over.
If we allow them to destroy us here, there will be no after. You must assist our charge.
Stop! You must pull back. Stop the stroll.
Hold it. Wait. This is Master Solidor. I'm going in with her, so we're fine. I got the princess covered.
Larsa Solidor? So you hold him as a hostage?
No, Uncle. He will fight with us against Vane. Leave it to us.
Because Vane's definitely not monitoring that.
Understood. Our fate is in your hands.
Yes.
I got the princess covered.
Lars would say that.
We're relying on you for fire support. Give them something to think about. We'll pick our moment and make our move.
Man, these end cutscenes are pretty extensive.
Quite the welcome. Careful.
One follows.
Ah, you want to dance? Then let's dance.
A new partner.
It's not easy being this popular, you know.
Bran was getting jealous for a second.
There it is.
Come on. Come on.
Sky Fortress Bahamut. Oh, they got the Sky Fortress part, right? That's for sure.
Vane will be in the fortress's command tower. I saw something of the like on our way in here. Right above our heads.
We need not fight all the Empire to win. If we can get to Vane, we can put an end to this war.
Let's get going then. Find Vane wherever he's perched and knock him off.
All right, where? This is our map? Is this for real right now? I hate that. That's not a good map. Okay, cool. Glad there's treasure waiting for us right when we get here. That's not disconcerting. Alright, let's see if the map I've got in the handy dandy guidebook is useful. Okay, so I've got the actual map, yeah, here in the actual thing. And there's something labeled on there. Lift controls. So we want to get to the central lift. Start in the antechamber, reach vein, avoiding entanglements. Note that there are no save crystals in the fortress. Yeah, I did note that. Key is to get to the central hub as quickly as possible. The longer you take, the more forces will swarm your party's position. Okay. There's no area map, but the way to the central lift is simple. Now it's telling me to go left, but from what I see, I can go left or right, honestly. It says just flee from everything. Then you're in the catwalk. It says catwalks patrolled by some extremely powerful rooks. Robotic armaments that can overwhelm your party, so just run away. Veer down one of the 3 spokes. Oh, I see. Let's see. Go down one of the 3 spokes leading into the circle's center. Should see a lift platform. The pursuits halt once you cross the line into the zone line into the central lift area. Take a breath, you're safe for now. Recharge yourself. Okay. Well, I kind of want to just be done with this, so we might just, Actually, I think we want to go this way. Yeah. So we might just flee everything and get to the center so we can be... I mean, I don't know how long it's going to take us on these bosses, but I imagine it's going to take us a little while. Can I attack this guy? Yeah, okay. Did our dispel not go off? That's not good. Oh, maybe it did go off. I just missed it. Okay. Okay, yeah, we're not gonna get very far. We probably should just run. We don't have, oh sorry, we don't have the regular map. We don't have super far to go, I don't think. We're not doing terrible here either. Uh-oh. Okay, we're all good now. Cutscene. Good thing my teacup was empty. Boop. Those ships look like the tank turret part of a tank.
Is this their worst?
Seriously thought he was dead already.
The line is full.
The Resistance fights their battle well. We dare not fail them. We dare not falter.
Stop worrying. We just have to clean up here, and then Ash will be the queen.
It's kind of hard to believe. I can't even imagine trying to rule a whole kingdom.
A queen might always run away with the help of a sky pirate looking to raise his bounty a peg.
I doubt our queen would need the help of any sky pirates.
Do you really think me as strong as all that?
Who said anything about strong? You'll make it. You got good friends.
Touching. Whoa. Okay, there's a guy right there, apparently. Okay, well, we didn't need that. Let's run this way. Let's just... Oh, I got slowed. Oh, okay, that don't look good. Okay, we don't get chased here at all. Let's see if I can... Well... Alright, I think we should be all good. This panel can be used to operate the lift. It seems to reach the uppermost level of the central shaft. Engage the lift!
So you have lived.
I am Judge Magister. Even in disgrace, my just reward for aiding the Empire that destroyed my homeland.
Gabranth, do not blame yourself anymore.
You confound me, brother. You failed Landis. You failed Damaska. All you were to protect. Yet you still hold on to your honor. How?
I had someone more important to defend. And defender I have. How is it that you have survived? Is it not because you defend Lord Larsa?
Silence! All was stripped from me. Only hatred for the brother who fled our homeland remains mine. Tell me, why do you forsake that which you must hold most precious?
I do as I must, brother. Or is that not answer enough?
Alright, well, so we gotta fight this guy again. So let's take a look at our handy-dandy notebook. Guidebook, I mean. And see what the deal is with him this time. I'm hoping he'll be just as easy as he was last time. But I don't think that's much of a hope. So, let's take a read. Level 49. 71,000 HPs, so not too bad. High Potion, X Potion, and Elixir can be stolen. Let's see. Dispel him, then cast Haste and Protect on your main melee fighters, and make sure your healing gambits are in order. Yeah, okay. The first part of the fight will probably go remarkably smoothly. Uh-oh. There's a but. But when Gabranth's HP drops to about 1/2, he suddenly regenerates all of his HP. Oh, man. And he launches a powerful new sword attack that will likely cause close to 1,000 HP in damage. This is a very basic fight, similar to a number you've won in the course of this game already. Keep hitting him and healing your party. Make sure Raise, or better yet, Rise, is the gambit in each character's #1 slot. Whoops, well that's not a thing, but okay. And they've got a little picture there of him, like, holding a glowy, orangey, yellow sword thing. And it says, when Gabranth wields his sword mercilessly like this, get ready to heal. Oh boy. And since we can't just use, like, a mist attack, because there's no... we won't get it back, you know? There's no save point to end up at. Oops. Nice, we slowed him. Okay, maybe this won't be too bad.
Futile Bosch, long have I walked in hatred's company. As long as I can curse your name, I shall not be defeated.
Then come! Wield your hatred and crush me. I welcome it.
I think this sibling rivalry has gotten out of hand here, guys. Should we get Pinello ready to do like a Cura thingy? Okay, maybe we were a little early.
Your life ends at my blade.
He got a little kissy kiss with his blades there, and okay, that wasn't terrible. Is he still slowed? He's got haste again. Do I have the spell? I do have the spell. This is one of those war of attrition kind of thingies. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, he didn't do the thing I thought he was going to do. Yeah, focus on him. Thank you. I'm pretty sure... No, I don't have haste. Yeah, he still got slow, but that's not really helping much.
Your life.
Oh, there we go. Hopefully he keeps to 1,000 and doesn't get pumped up because of his end of the HP bar thing that happens. Oh, it did. It definitely did. Yeah, Bosch can play that game. 9 hits! Oh, man. About time that worked in my favor for once. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, not fast enough. Okay, well, we'll just keep chipping them away, I guess. Ooh, almost.
I can't.
Man, I need Bosch to be attacking. And we haven't even been attacking at all. Sounded awful heavy for the way he's swinging that stuff around.
Have you your fill of this?
I would ask you the same. Let this end, Noah.
Noah? Bosch and Noah?
I've no right to be called by that name.
Then live and reclaim it.
I wouldn't mind healing him and, you know, getting him. Oh, that wasn't quick enough. Wouldn't mind healing him and getting a little, you know, extra addition to our party to go fight the big bad. That'd be nice. Okay, guess we can't talk to him. We can't save. Oh, jeez. Alright. Let me take another look at our handy-dandy guidebook and see what's going on after this. Okay, well, it just has, like, boss cutouts and doesn't say anything about what's happening, so we'll take them as they come. We'll see what's going on after this, and we'll probably take a quick bio break. Now engage the lift. Wrong lift! Oh, that's okay. That's how it works. Going up. I can't look all the way up. Okay, fine. See, none of my characters seem to get quite the frenzy. Well, except Bosch just did, I guess, but...
I bid you welcome to my sky fortress, the Bahamut. I must apologize for my delay in welcoming you aboard my ship. Permit me to ask, who are you? An angel of vengeance? Or perchance a saint of salvation?
I am simply myself. No more and no less. And I want only to be free.
Such a woman is not fit to bear the burden of rule. Weep for Dalmasca, for she is lost. Observe well, Asa. Watch and mark you the suffering of one who must rule, yet lacks the power.
No.
I like the music just stops.
No, brother.
Record scratch.
I will not. Though I lack your power, I will still persist.
Is he shaking?
Bold words, child.
The original Dark Knight.
Lord Lhasa.
So I guess home dude's on our side? Oh, man. Let's see exactly what's going on here with this first fight, I suppose. Vein Solidor. Level 50. Oh man, things get serious. Level 50, 77,000 HPs. This fight is similar to the other Imperial Judge boss fights in this game, Geesberg and Gabranth. Vayne unleashes heavy single-target attacks and combos that are certainly painful, but easily survivable. Deploy your best heavy armor melee fighter. Like, man, they got so much strategy in this game, and it's like, yo, I'm just, like, going with what I find, and like, I guess I'll go do this now. And strategy. Yeah, right. Okay. Deploy your best heavy armor melee fighter with the shield and use decoy on him to draw Vayne's attention, so your support characters can cast Dispel and heal the party. Can you imagine, like, I don't cast decoy on anybody, and like, I already struggle through everything. Can you imagine if I actually used decoy and was like, hey, focus every single attack on one person over here? Like, that would be ridiculous. As with all fights, dispelling Bravery, Haste, and Protect is absolutely imperative. You can't afford to leave Bravery on against monsters that hit for 1,000+ damage and then combo attack for a 4+ times a turn, whatever that means. Remove buffs, keep Protect, Shell, Haste, and Bubble up on everyone in your party. Conserve MP and consumables if possible. These two insanely powerful bosses remain with no save crystal in sight. Great. Well, I guess we'll see how this goes. We'll take a bio break. Oh, man. This is where I wish I had Hastka. Oops. Okay, he doesn't have anything on him. Nice, 4,000 hit. What are you doing, Larsa? You gonna do anything? You gonna hit him? Okay, he still doesn't cast anything on himself. I wonder if we can get her to cast,
Your lives are forfeit, and your insurgents with them. Dalmasca will again know order. For good and all, I shall bring your futile attempts at rebellion to an end.
Okay. Did he gain some health? I feel like he gained some health. Okay, he's got haste now.
What am I to do with those who would oppose me? But show them death!
Oh, this is bad. Whoops. Huh, was that like a spin kick? Vayne ready's Force of Will. Okay, I don't know what that is, but I don't like it. You know, I should try and do. I never think about smart stuff. Being smart's not really in my wheelhouse, you know what I mean? Oh, too late. He's a karate master now, suddenly.
You will fall.
But see, he can't do it in space like we can, so he's not as good. Although he can shatter invisible glass, apparently, that leads into the cosmos, so okay. He might be alright. Oh, he's immune. Of course he's immune. Oh, okay, that's no good. I don't like all this parrying he's doing. Oh, that's no good. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Oh wait, did we kill him? Whew, that was close. Bitch.
Lord Brother!
Oh, that's a trap, you fool. Light! Oh wait, that's the wrong game. Ooh. Did they just record him like having sex or something? Why is he like his back hulked out?
Manufactured nethicite.
This is creepy. Ugh. So scary. What? Are those the weapons from Final Fantasy XIV?
Behold the power left me by our fallen friend.
Ugh.
Gabranth, you will defend my brother. He will have much need in the hell to follow.
Oh, we fight with Gabranth now? I hope he does that glowy sword thing.
Yes, I will defend Lord Larsa.
The hound strays. Treason bears a price.
God, man, his face.
One I gladly pay.
Okay, man, well, this is something. Yeah. So, our next boss is Vayne Novus / Sephira. And I got two little things here. I got level 53 and level 50. So I got 104,000 HPs. That's bad. Nothing to steal. Nothing to steal in the last one either. You don't get any experience. No license points from any of this, by the way. None of these. So the level 53 one is 104,000 HPs, and the level 51 is 12,000 HPs. 12, 12, 1. It says right here, the second incarnation of Vayne is tough enough, but his sword minions flying around can be very troublesome. If you can berserk one party member, that character and Gabranth will focus on the swords. Now you can focus your remaining party members on Vayne Novus. Another option is to burn a massive quickening chain or have everyone cast Scathe Scourge to make the swords go away. I don't think we have that. Using up mischarges for a quickening might sound like a bad idea with another big boss still left after this fight, but there's no reason to conserve anything at this point. You can throw Mega Elixirs and High Ethers around like party favors if the need arises. Vayne is still not excessively hard to beat with standard attacks in this fight, but he is more aggressive and has plenty of help. So here's the thing that this differs significantly from maybe Sephira is the level 50, maybe that's the swords that are flying around, or the swords are all one being, I don't know. So here's a problem we've got. Okay, so in this, they're saying, oh yeah, burn a quickening, because, you know, what does it matter? Just use a bunch of elixirs and bring all your magic points back. Because in the original, your quickening used your magic points. So, if I had a full MP bar, my bars would be orange. They'd be glowing orange, which would let me know I could use a quickening. And then, if I cast Cure, instead of having all 3 orange bars, one of the orange bars would go down, and I could only use a level 2 quickening instead of a level 3, because the quickening points were the magic points. It was just like how many magic points make up a quickening point, because you only have those 3, right? If you think of them in points. Yeah, so when you would use elixirs or ethers or whatever, it would also not just allow you to, say, cast Cure again, but could also allow you to use a quickening again. But now they're separate systems, so just there's no way to bring back your magic points. They didn't add any items, or not your magic points, but your quickening bar, other than fighting. They didn't bring a system or add anything to it, like an item, to allow you to, like, oh, take this and add to your quickening bar or whatever. Now the other thing is we can berserk Bosch. He'd be the best one to do a whole bunch of damage constantly. The problem is that, like, see, I don't know enough about this fight, unfortunately, because I've done this before. Like, is it better for him to just, like, do we let the swords attack us and we just focus on Vayne? Or do I go ahead and, like, berserk him and then, like, yeah, let him help attack the swords that are everywhere, and we'll be able to hold our own against Vayne until he's done killing all the swords. You know what I mean? So, I mean, there's like a chance either way. So, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, what we're going to do is, I really have to use the restroom, so we're going to take a bio break. Also, what it really is I need more tea. The stress level is too high. I need tea. I need my teas. I need my caffeines. And, yeah, we're going to take a bio break real quick. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, just hang in there. It'll fade out for a second and fade back in. And, you won't have to, it's like I didn't go anywhere. But for those of you watching on Twitch, go ahead and take yourself a bio break, and we will be back in just a couple minutes. Alright, and we're back. I'm back. You might not be back, but I'm back. I'm gonna pretend you're back. And yeah, I've been making this whole tea. I just was like staring off into space going, oh man, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do for this fight? So, I think this is what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna try to get, well, first, let's take a look here. Yeah, okay, so those swords are sapphires. So what we want to do, we want to dispel him, that's for sure. What we want to do is, I think we want to set Bosch off on his own rampage thing. I think that's what we're going to do. Turn the heater on here. I think we're gonna bok choose wine on himself, and then she can start dispelling homebro, and then I am going to use one of our haste gamotes, and hopefully we can end up staying on top of the haste after that. Are we gonna have to keep him healed? Okay, well, hopefully she'll do that. Okay, man, there is just so much stuff going on here. Don't even know. Okay, we're tearing at him fairly well. Home dude's still pretty... he's still freaking out, I guess.
Ivalice will know a new dynast king, and man will keep his own history. The tyranny of the gods is ended. We are their puppets no more. The freedom for which we have longed is at hand.
Man, that guy's just constantly terrifying. Why is there, like, some reason in this, I don't know if it's this room, there's like, it sounds like you're in a room, I guess, which is weird. It sounds like, see, it doesn't sound like we're in a room. It sounds like what you're listening to is I'm in a room with poor audio isolation. You know? Alright, well, they're knocking some of those Sephiras out, which is pretty good. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay, good. We got a cure ready to go, so long as she doesn't die. Is he not wearing pants? What the hell? Okay, so she's using Cura. That's good. Okay, the Sephiras are dying. That's good. Let's see. I think I can use... Oh, I don't like that. Oh, yeah, we slowed him. Nice. He's immune to magic. Okay. Oh, let's Okay, he doesn't have haste anymore. Oops. Man, I'm just waiting for him to, like, do something crazy, and we're gonna have to have that cure, like, on lock, ready to go. Oh, too early again. Okay. Gosh, what are you doing? Nope, that's why I'm so... Okay, I don't have... I'm like, man, why is this taking so long? What's going on? It's because I don't have haste going on. Apparently we're healing what's-his-face too, so that's good. Alright, he's the only one left, I guess. Oh. Hey, yay, we got him. I expected that to be way more difficult. TBQH. Yeah, there's the glowy sword. Okay, yeah, he definitely is like wearing chaps that have like a crotch cut out. With like a giant belt buckle like dangling over his...
Stray has pride. Here I pay my debt.
Burn in hell! Govrons!
So much vibration. Larsa for the win! God, he's so creepy. How did it push? Whoa, hey there.
Bush, tell me, he is a good master? Aye.
Bye-bye. Okay, now what?
Penna! I have failed us both. I am no Dynast King. You must find another, one who might realize your ambitions.
They are fulfilled beyond your knowing. The crest is sundered.
He's definitely not wearing pants.
Complete. From the Undying Ones, the world is freed. You shall not tread this path alone. Together we go. Come.
And that's why you don't do math, kids. Doesn't matter how jacked you get. Because you look like that.
Won't Sid be eager to learn what has happened here? History begins anew.
Still not wearing pants. Doesn't look quite as bad here. Just buff. Okay, that's pretty cool. He's going Super Saiyan. I think they just had him moon us. They have a cannon for an arm and a sword for an arm. He's a metal butterfly with 8 wings. Okay, well, no idea what's going on here, so let's go back to our handy-dandy guidebook. Now we are fighting the Undying. Level 55. Oh my god. 230,000 HPs. I'm pretty sure that's like twice anything else we fought, if I can recall correctly, which I probably can't. Alright. Let's read the paragraph. Very first thing. This fight is very difficult. Okay. At a minimum, your character should be around level 40, but levels around 45 and above are recommended. Well, we got 45s and a 50. Vane infused with the rogue Vanat. I'll tell you what, if we go through all this and we get here and we die, I'm gonna be so peeved. Vane infused with the rogue Vanat can become immune to physical magical damage. Or physical / magical damage, I should say, not physical magical. Anyway, while flying around the arena targeting anyone. Physical attackers can hit him, but that means getting in close and potentially leaving multiple people in the path of Mega Flare, powerful area nukes, and the Undying's special attacks. The Undying has no HP bar or any indication of his health, but at about 75%, 50%, and 25%, he pops up different barriers that you need to wait out. Some of them block physical damage, while some prevent magical damage. For the physical barrier damage, or for the physical damage barrier, try to use Scathe or Flare over and over. Do we have either of those? For the magic barrier, you can just cast Bravery on your heavy hitter. What does the Bravery even do? Near 25% HP, Vayne is completely invulnerable. And there's nothing you can do for what seems like a long time. Best to just run away and heal. This is the last fight, so don't be shy about using quickenings, mega elixirs, and busting out Scathe holy motes. Bring rubber suits, white masks, and other status immunity accessories to swap in on the fly in reaction to the Undying's area nukes and status ailments. Keep plugging away and keep an eye on your active character's MP and HP, always ready to swap in a fresh ally if someone gets too depleted. When Vayne in his final incarnation as the Undying finally falls, you get a treat for the ages in the saga-ending event sequences. Oh man, this is pretty much not useful at all. It's pretty much like, yeah, it's gonna be tough. There's gonna be spots where you can hit him. Wait till you can. You have to know when he's got the physical damage barrier up or the magic damage barrier up. I think we'll be swapping between Bosch and Fran, most likely. And because Fran, I think, can cast Flare or Scathe or something like that. I don't know what Scathe does. Man. I just got this feeling that, like, before I know what's going on in this fight, I'm gonna have to die a couple times. Still says Bosch is berserked still. Oh, this isn't what I wanted. Got a bunch of licenses I haven't used in a while. Okay, this is what I was looking for. Got Holy. I don't know if Holy will do any damage to him or not. Oh, I'd think it would, but... Yeah, we got Flare. Guess not Scathe. I don't even know how to know if he's got a physical or whatever barrier up. Oh yeah, there he goes. He's red now. Wait, did that work? Okay, yeah, it did work. I don't like not being able to see the... Ouch. What are you doing, Bosch? I feel like we're not acting like we've got haste. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, Mega Flare's not as bad as I thought. Has he been dispelling us? Is that what's going on? Thought we just hasted what's-his-face. So far, I haven't seen him do anything that would suggest that, he's, that he's at, 75% health now, or not. Honestly, I don't really need to attack so long as... I wonder if I could immobilize him. Chain magic. Oh, I don't like that. Missed. Faith. Nope, don't like it. No, I don't like it. No, sir. Oh, magic barrier. There we go. So, immune to magic. So he's 75% health. We're all right so far. Famous last words. What I want to do is try and save for the last 25% our quickenings, because that last 25%, last 15% is always they end up doing way more damage per hit. They're doing more hits per second, and they have more defense, so it takes us longer to kill them. It can take us long to get them that last, 25 to 10% of their health gone, as it does the whole rest of their health and everything. So, okay, so Rue's not immune to. Ooh, don't like it. I don't like it. Everybody's dead. Piercing holy. I don't like that. Can you do holy damage to us? Yes, it can. Can we do holy damage to him? I don't know if that's going to do a whole lot of damage or not. Hopefully it doesn't heal him. Whoops. Oh, he's immune to that. Okay. Oh, wait, he's immune to magic right now. Guys, I'm pretty dumb. Bosch doesn't have his haste last very long, doesn't seem like. Oh, there's that holy damage again. Kind of wondering, I think I want to berserk, what's his face again? I think that would be a good idea. Hopefully I don't regret that. They said put bravery on somebody, so I guess we'll go ahead and do that. See if that doesn't hurt. Oh, we got Scathe Moots. He's immune to magic right now, though, I think. Don't know how to tell if he's immune to magic anymore or not. Guess I just have to cast a little magic-y. Sure, let's try Fire, see what happens. Immune, okay. It's no longer immune to magic. There we go, of course. Of course. Enrage, I don't know what that does. Bravery. He's immune to physical damage now. Okay. Oh, I bet I can't get rid of Bosch's outrage. So, okay, well, let's play... Uh-oh. That ain't good. Let's see if I can manage to switch myself out for Fran. Does that mean he's down to 50%? Is that what we did? I don't like that. How does he have so many different quickenings? You can't do that. Giga Flare Sword? Is that what that was? Okay. Let's do... Let's have Penelo... What? Okay, Fran does have haste. Interesting. So now he's weak to magics. Oh wait, no. He does have haste. Okay. So we need a... Oops. We need a Cura. No! Oh, he's immune. Okay, was I... Did I get the immune thing going on? Let's try... Flare. Ugh. I'm gonna need lots of... elixir stuff. I wonder if I can, like, blind him. That'd be cool. Better be worth 36 healthy points. Why can't I stay healed? Why am I not giving myself an X potion? Am I just like... Okay, yeah, haste went away real quick. That's what it was. Oh, so much stuff to keep track of. Oops, that didn't last long. Really? Oh, hey, Bosch is back. Oh, I did get haste on me, though. No, this is not working. How come I never seem to be getting hit with the Curas? Why is that not working for me? And Fran takes so long to do anything. What is going on? I've been queued on Flare for like 5 minutes, it feels like. I don't like this. Did I give myself an X potion? I feel like I gave myself an X potion. Oh my gosh. Ascension. Oh, this is so bad. Fran's the only one doing any damage. I'm not doing that much because of all this nonsense. Maybe it's because my gambits are on. That might be part of the problem. Maybe I can feel myself fighting the gambits. I don't know. Uh-oh. I don't know if we're gonna survive this. I don't know if I should pull it quite yet. Maybe we can do a... cure remote. Probably not quick enough there, but okay. Oh, yeah, we were. Pinello, I'm gonna interrupt you. Now you can... Immune to magic. All right. Giga Flare sword. Wonderful. Does this count as magic? I feel like that probably counts as magic. Okay, well, I was kind of hoping for like a... Let's see... I don't really know what this bravery thing does, but we're gonna keep going like I do. Oh yeah, we can still get him to... Okay. Oops. Uh-oh. Okay, that's bad. That's bad news. A lot of vibration in this battle. Oh no. And because she just did the thingy, now she's not going to have as much time to do... Yep. Oh, now we're in a spiral. Piercing to Spelga. Wish he wouldn't do that. Actually, we'll let him do his attack. Is he immune to physical attacks now? I thought he was just immune, just became immune to physical attacks. Oh, we're so dead. Oh, we're so dead. Man, I thought we were going to use a quickening on him, but he's immune to magical attack. Or no, he's immune to physical attacks. So we can use a quickening. But we won't survive too, so.
No.
No longer immune to physical damage. No. Now, that always happens. What a waste of a Mega Elixir. We didn't even get healed all the way, and Homeboy wasn't even alive for it. Yep, and it's a waste. Let's see if this gets him.
No.
Oh, no, we needed her. Son of a... I hate this. Bosses are stupid.
There's a proper way to do everything.
Woo! Didn't think I was going to make that. I don't think this will be enough to kill him, but I'm hoping. It'll be my luck, though. He's probably immune to magic.
Here she comes.
Man, Bosch is for the win right now. MVP. Oh, wow. We got whiteout. That's kind of surprising. Oh, that's... Well, okay, it's still kind of surprising. 23,000 damage, and I bet that's not even close to enough. Oh, this is bad. This is very bad. We'll be dead so soon, I almost hate to do it, but we're gonna try just in case. Let's see if we can use some scathe motes. No, that didn't do much. Enough to make him mad. Ah, we did it. Holy crap. Bonk. Take that, Avengers. Hey, wings of my own. Nice. What do you think? Pinello and Larsa get married? Probably not. It'll probably be the two of them. Hey, look, the sky's blue. Oh yeah, there's still a war going on. Larsa needs to get on the phone. Tell everybody to cut it out.
Well, can we fly?
No fuel goes to the Glossair engines.
Damn. Vaughn, you're in charge. I'm checking the engine room. Right. Fran, with me?
Look!
Bahamut's Glossair rings are stopping!
Fine. As soon as the Strahls rings move, you take off. Understood? You can fly her, Vaughn. Just do it like I told you.
Don't worry.
Penelo, watch for interference from Bahamut's Skystone. The Strahls a fickle girl. You keep her working for us.
I'll see what I can do.
Well, you better.
Bosh, look after Larsa, will you? If House Solidor should crumble, the Empire would fail, and civil war would take us all.
I understand.
The Lord Larsa is our last hope.
Oh, that looked bad.
Vaughn, the power's back. We can go.
Right. Let's go. Grab onto something.
Sir, it's the Stroll. She's left Bahamut. She's moving away.
The Stroll. They made it. At last. The Bahamut has fallen. The final test is upon us. The judges shall rule us no more. Main cannon on the Alexander.
This is Judge Magister Gavan. HobFoote cease fire. I repeat, all units of the Arcadian army, hold your fire.
The battle is over. As of this moment, we have signed a ceasefire with the Shelley of Benargan-Delmasca, the Royal Majesty.
Attention, this is Larsa Farina Solidor.
My brother Vane has died with honor in battle. The Imperial fleet is now under my command.
Sir, your orders, sir.
This is Ashelia Delmasca.
The Lady Ash. Thank the gods you live.
I confirm what Judge Magister Gabranth and Larsa Solidor have said here.
Please stand down your attack. The war is over. Ivalice looks to the horizon.
A new day has dawned. We are free. Look, Vaughn, the Bahamut.
Oh, we never liked this city anyway.
From the Alexander.
Take it.
Sir.
This is Judge Sargabath, Captain of the Alexander, flagship of the 12th Damascan Fleet of the Arcadian Army. I address all ships in Ravanasta's airspace. The Bahamut must not be allowed to fall on the city of Ravanasta. We are preparing to ram her. Do not interfere.
Madness.
Should she fall, the paling will not hold, and all Ravanasta will be obliterated. All ships, concentrate your fire on the Alexander's remains once Bahamut is clear of the city.
Hasty, aren't they? I think it's a little early to be throwing away our lives just yet.
Balthier? Wait! Balthier, where are you?
Oh, Vaughn. Sounds like you made it out okay. The Strahls a fine airship, eh?
What does he think he's doing? Balthier!
Marquis, stop that fool judge on the Alexander for me, would you? Just getting somewhere with these Glossair rings. Almost done. Don't want him ramming me before I fix them, do we?
Balthier, do you understand exactly what it is you're doing?
Princess! No need to worry. I hope you haven't forgotten my role in this little story. I'm the leading man. You know what they say about the leading man? He never dies.
They put fentanyl on that thing? Jesus. A little bitty syringe.
Fran, power to the Glossair rings. Fran? Do I have to do everything around here?
Listen to me, Balthier. Get out of Bahamut immediately.
Please, Balthier, you mustn't die.
Please, Balthier, come back.
I'd say you're in more of a supporting role.
Fran, please. Vaughn, the Strahl's in your hands. You'd better take care of her, you hear? If there's one scratch on her when I get back...
Roger that. We'll be waiting for you.
I thought he was going to get himself a nice, fancy new airship. Guess not. Whew. How about them 20-year-old graphics? Oh, that looks familiar. They've got magic jets, but they still sound like our jets. This is their final song. Jeez. Is that Vanilla?
It's hard to believe a year has passed so quickly. Rabanastre is finally back to the way it was, like when my parents were still alive. We've lost so much, but I think it's important to put the past behind us and keep our eyes on the road ahead.
Ah, didn't collapse all the way. Nice.
Ash's coronation is next month. She grows farther and farther away from us, but I guess that's how it has to be. She is queen now, after all. I am looking forward to seeing you at the ceremony.
You called, my lord.
How is Bosch? I know he went with you to Arcades to further the cause of peace in Ivalice, but still, I hope he comes back to Rabanastre and Ash soon.
I hope those are tattoos she's got, like real tattoos.
Now, so she would never say it, but I think she misses him.
Lose Larsa, and we lose the Empire. Protect him. I would entrust him to no other's care.
I will keep him from harm. I promise you. For the Empire and for Dalmasca.
Your words put me at ease, brother. Sorry to leave you.
I like that he kept the beard. Oh, I did like the long hair. He does look dashing with the shorter hair and the beard.
Oh, I haven't told you the most important part. Vaughn and I had been taking care of the straw, but it was stolen. We had just finished having her tuned up, too.
Something more valuable, the cache of Glabados? Something.
Actually, stolen might not be the right word. If her owner wants her back, there's not much we can do about it, is there?
Give this to our queen for me, would you?
There's still plenty of time before the coronation, so Vaughn's going to pay the two of them a visit. You should see him. He can hardly wait.
He got a fancy ship now. I really like that outfit of hers.
Too, of course. Every good sky pirate needs a partner, right?
All right, there you go. I finally beat the game. It only took me like 20 years to do it, but hey, you know. It's not about how you drop the ball. It's about how you pick it back up. That's what matters. Man. Okay, so that was pretty good. That's pretty good. I can definitely see in there. I really liked this when I was younger and it first came out. I thought it was excellent. And as I got older, people were like, oh, well, 12, I don't know. I was like, what are you kidding me? 12 is awesome. How could you say, like, meh, I don't know about 12. 12 is awesome. And that's when I first heard the theory that Final Fantasy XII is basically Star Wars A New Hope. And I was like, what? That's crazy. And then I went back and I thought about it, and I'd played it, and I thought, all right, maybe I can see. Maybe I can see that. And I've definitely seen it, probably because I'm like really looking for it in this, but I've definitely seen it a lot in this game. And I had also read at some point that the original story writer for this game, I don't know if he was a designer or the original writer or creative director or what, I don't know. But the guy wrote it, came up with this, planned it all out, and was in charge of doing everything. And if I remember correctly, which I might not, feel free to leave a comment or at me on Twitter or something if I'm wrong or you feel the need to correct me what's going on. But his higher up, who's overall in charge of the game and everything, was like basically just shadowing him the whole time and didn't let him do all that much, and like chopped up his story and all that, and like restructured it and made him like Vaughn wasn't even supposed to be in this game. I don't know about Pinello or not. Balthier was supposed to be the leading role. So like, you know, there's like a bunch of weird stuff. So you got this weird combination of the story that's chopped up and then made to fit together with what they've got, and outside constraints from like higher ups on what can be, and then like this is what, 2002, 2000, and actually might be like 2004, 2005, something like that. And so you got that with the age thing on top of it, right? Where you don't have the room because it's a PlayStation 2 game, and storytelling is just different in that era. You know, any of the games from back then, they tell stories differently. It's nowhere near the same. So yeah, I don't know, it's makes up for like this weird mixed up game. But and I guess the guy who's in charge of writing everything, oh, that's the Rosarian guy. Okay, we always saw him with one chick, but we never saw him with like 4. That would have been funny. I could have definitely believed that. He walked around and had that kind of swagger, like that was his thing. I think it would have been cool if we could have gone to Rosario or wherever. I think Rosaria? Is that where his that kingdom is. That'd have been cool. Anyway, but I love that they're showing sketches in the back of this too. That's pretty awesome. But yeah, like, so this guy had like a mental breakdown. Like, this guy was like so berated and so chided and so like non-stop attacked by this higher up and maybe others around him, I don't know, about like, what are you doing? Let's change everything. I don't like what you're doing. He had like a mental breakdown and left the company. I'm not even sure if he was still in the company when they finally released this. There was some like crazy, awful stuff about that where it's like, really? Is that real? So I would love to like see. I'm not even sure if he does game development anymore. I'm really not sure. I should really look into this more. But I would love to see. I would have loved to see what it would have been, could have been, if he had been able to have his full vision shown. Because there's definitely a great game in there, and I mean, this is a great game, definitely for what it was. But I think it could have been, you know, on a whole nother level, I think, for the time, I think, and just overall, if his full storyline had been allowed to go, instead of having, like, you know, because Vaughn, everybody laughs at Vaughn. Vaughn, you know, what's this, you know, why is he even in there? He's so stupid. He's no point. And really, he doesn't. Really has no point. But they were worried about identification, you know, with the audience, the intended audience. I played this when I was like, I don't know, 13 to 16, wherever that was in there. So like, they knew what they were doing. Vaughn and Pinello were, you know, so they could make sure they had the demographic of me, basically. And is that supposed to be Dr. Sid and little baby Balthier? But yeah, I'd really love to. They probably would never do this, and there'd be no way it ever possibly happened. But to see like the way this really went, if they just ever decide to do a remake, because this is like, I think this is one of the, they've been evolving their fight combat systems. Who are these same three? They've had these a couple times. These three Vera, were they supposed to be in the story originally? I certainly know how they ended up dressing them in the final game. Again, that was probably higher ups forcing to decide, like, yeah, you know, that age demographic we're appealing to for boys. Yeah, we should probably. That's probably what that was. But yeah, they've spent the last pretty much all their games evolving, and this is one of their first big steps with it in 12 here, but evolving their combat system so that it's turn-based, but it's still real-time, and you have free movement, and, you know, they made a big jump with this, and they've made further jumps up until Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is awesome. I think that's really top-notch, the way they've done that there. And I think they came really close to hitting a great way to do the world with this game, because they had this huge, with 10 they had the huge open area, like, I say not open area, but the huge world you could go to, and you could go these different places and, you know, travel where you wanted to, and these paths, and you were so many diverse locations, and there were so many of them, and you had these areas, and you saw this whole world, really. And they came and they did that here, but they made it so that each of these sections you're in, they had these huge maps that you're in. So it was basically open world in some small way. But you just had these sections that they were divided up for loading because this was PlayStation 2, you know? And, all fans of Final Fantasy. Oh, these are almost over, I guess. These credits are much shorter back in the day, I guess, than they are today. But I really wish they'd have gone full open world. They were so close in this one. And you'll know that, you know, Final Fantasy XIII was much lampooned for being a path, just being a straight path. And I think that was even worse. Like 10, yeah, 10 was kind of just like a straight path. But I feel like 13 was seen as even worse because you were this is on PlayStation 3 and you're out of the generation of PlayStation 2 and look how close you came to it on PlayStation 2. And then you get into Final Fantasy 15 and yeah, we got this huge open world. But it's one area, and when you're done with all the missions there and you get to a certain point in the storyline, then you go to all these different areas, just like you do in many Final Fantasy games, where you're in this, I'll say, province, and then you're in this province, and then you're in that province. And they did the same thing, but they only had an open world in like one province. And then when you went to these other provinces where it's like, oh, cool, I'm in a whole nother part of the world with all this cool stuff going on, all this lore and everything. And they're like, nope, you're on a train. Sometimes you get a train stop. And you get to walk out at the, I mean, it was literally like a rest stop, like along the highway. You follow the road. You don't even really walk it. You get out, stretch your legs, and you get back on. And there were so many places where it was like, oh man, now you could really explore this area. And I haven't played it with all the DLC. I played it when it first came out. So I think the first DLC was coming out or had just come out by the time I finished the game. And okay, yeah, that was fine. That was fun. But I didn't play like end game stuff. But it just like really put me off my lunch. If you, I think that's a saying, right? Put you off your lunch. Yeah, whatever. We'll just say that. It's a saying now, damn it. And yeah, it just kind of really put me off. And I was like, you know what? I'm just not gonna do the end game content. There was all this stuff where it was like I wanted to explore these places, and it was like I thought I explored the whole game. It was like, oh yeah, this is cool, whatever. And they added all these places. And it was like, oh, you can't go anywhere with these guys. You can't. There's like all these new. They weren't continents, but it was like these new states, these new countries. You keep hearing about all these different, countries, and it's like, cool. Look at them out the train window. So yeah, I didn't like that. I really hope that they return back to a Final Fantasy XII world style. Yeah, that's it. All right, the end. I'm assuming it's waiting for me to hit a button. You can now begin your adventure anew in New Game Plus mode. Sure, let's do a New Game Plus and save it in a different spot. Oh, do I have to do all this again? I can't even skip all this. I don't even know where there's a save point up to a certain point. Anyway, we're gonna call it here and say this is the end of our stream. Appreciate you guys hanging out, chilling out here with me in the Brat Cat channel. If you are watching this on Twitch, cool. Thanks for hanging out here with me on Twitch. If you want to see this in 1080p and you want to see the back catalog of the different stuff we've done, you can do so at our YouTube channel. We're not big enough to have our own YouTube URL, so just oh man, I can't save this at all. Alright, you know what? We're gonna just... Because I'm gonna have to go and play as What's-His-Face for a while. And I won't be able to save. You have to like go to play like a long time before you can save, I think. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, you can watch this on our YouTube channel. You'll have to search us on YouTube. We don't have our custom URL. Just search Brat Cat. It's the same profile picture as is on Twitch. And obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and check us out on Twitch, twitch.tv/BratCatMedia. And you can hang out there and you'll know, is it sub, is it follow, which one's which? I never remember. But I think it's follow. If you follow us over there, then you'll get notified when we go and I guess go live, yeah. I'm like distracted already by watching the thing. Damn it.
Nabudis has fallen.
Impossible.
Impossible.
I know not. I am sorry.
Anyway. Yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and hit the thummies to let us know what you think about this. And put down in the comment section why you feel the way you do. Sub if you want to. And if you want to contact me directly, you can contact us at Bracat Media on Twitter. I haven't had to do this outro thing in a little bit, so I'm like distracted by the cutscene and like trying to remember something I haven't done in a while. But yeah, they look like droid carriers, definitely. I get it. I get the Star Wars thing. I was the denier for a long time, but I get it. I get it. But yeah, follow us at Bracat Media on Twitter. Add us there if you want to say something specific about this game, other games, anything else we do. And you can follow me on Twitter at HobFoote, where I basically do mad tweets about things that dumb companies do dumbly. You know. Yeah, and then that's it for me. As I said, appreciate you.